full time here. It's Luton 3, and that scoreboard behind me says Arsenal 4. A quite extraordinary game. Difficult to know where to begin, really. I mean, this was very atypical of Arsenal this season. We've spoken a lot about the team having a sense of control, about not giving a lot away. Well, we conceded 3 goals here to a promoted team, and it very nearly cost us 2 points. That Declan Rice last gasp winner in added on time of added on time. Another massive late moment from this Arsenal team. You know, and it feels chaotic, right? This game was chaotic. A lot about it was completely crazy, but in those final few moments, it's easy to attribute those goals to chaos. But you've got to think about the composure as well. You've got to think about Zinchenko, you know, instead of lumping it into the box, pulling it back to Martin Odegaard picking out a beauty of a cross in the, whatever it was, 97th, 98th minute, and Declan Rice reading the ball, getting under the flight of it and getting the perfect flick. It might have come off a defender as well. But yeah, just insane celebrations after that moment. But I think it's important really to contrast that chaos with the composure that Arsenal showed in those dying moments. Heartbreak for Luton, but you know, Arsenal really should never have been in drawing this game. You know, they scored some very good goals, Arsenal. When they turned it on, Luton couldn't live with them, but they also gave away some really sloppy goals. Not a good night for David Raya. But you know, 3 points for Arsenal. The winning run continues. It's been an outstanding run since the Newcastle defeat, and great character and composure shown by this team. Now, you know, this was kind of a Bournemouth moment, if you will. Can Arsenal push on and go further than they did last season? That's what you'll all be wondering. Well, if they're going to, they need to defend much better than they did tonight. Like I say, going forward, they were really good. Luton's defending was poor on the first goal, but quick thinking from Jesus. Martinelli gives Arsenal the lead, but then straight away pegged back from a corner. Martinelli let his man run off him, and it was a free header, very good header into the top corner. Arsenal go ahead, a beautifully crafted goal. Ben White on the overlap, showing what he can offer. I don't think Tomiyasu would have that assist, really. That deft clip to the far post. The markers were with Havertz at the near post, and Jesus was free to nod it home. So Arsenal lead 2-1 at half-time, but Luton were making a good fist of it. They get back into the game pretty early on in the second half. Big mistake from David Raya, corner into the box. Declan Rice might have wanted to be a bit stronger, but Raya, you know, definitely should have done better. I mean, that's been one of the stronger parts of his game, coming and claiming crosses. Not good here tonight. Absolutely flapped at it, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. And then not soon after that, another big error, low shot from Ross Barkley, goes underneath him. I mean, he'll be the most relieved man in the stadium tonight, David Raya. Maybe second will be Mikel Arteta, because he'll have to face a few less questions about that goalkeeping situation. Those could have been very, very costly errors, but Raya's teammates bailed him out big time, and that's what a team does. You know, and we saw it full time, the likes of Gabriel, Rice going to Raya, giving him a hug. Arteta was the same. When you make an error, you need your team to bail you out, right? I remember Gabriel making that mistake, was it against Wolves, and Arsenal rescuing the game late on. That's what a good team does. They support their teammates when there are mistakes. And I've got to say, I thought Gabriel Jesus was outstanding tonight. You know, obviously involved in the first goal, the quick thinking, the hard running, the pressing, scored the second goal, created the third for Kai Havertz. Brilliant takedown. I think he shows week by week how you can be a hold-up player without necessarily being 6'4" and, you know, broadly built. He's very strong in those battles, in those duels, and he did really well tonight, because I think he was on a booking, but he kept at it, kept fighting for the team. And Havertz, really pleased to see him score another goal. I thought he had a good game tonight. Arsenal were effectively playing in an old school 4-4-2 for long periods in the second half, with Havertz up there right next to Gabriel Jesus as an outlet. We got into stoppage time. There weren't really many clear-cut chances for Arsenal. A couple of VAR appeals, Saka fouled, it looked like, well, not fouled as it turned out, but you know, there was a collision, and Gabriel, that looked like more of a possible penalty. I need to see it again, but pulled back inside the box. But it looked like Arsenal would ultimately pay for their defensive errors, an uncharacteristic performance. You know, it's very hard to go away from home in the Premier League, concede 3 goals and win, and yet Arsenal have done it. Look, Arsenal can't defend like that at Villa Park this weekend. They can't defend like that in many other games and get away with it. They did get away with it tonight. And this was the Arsenal of last season, you know. The chaos, the emotion. The truth is that if they're going to sustain this title challenge, they need to look like the Arsenal of this season. What else to say? You know, Kiwior started at left back tonight. I think Arteta got that wrong. I think he went maybe with height because he was worried about Luton on set pieces. Well, it didn't help us. You know, we had the 4 centre-halves across the back. We still defended poorly on the set pieces. And I think Zinchenko would have been really valuable in build-up. I thought he was instrumental when he came on. You know, he showed us all the positive sides of his game. I think this was a game for him. I think he should have played. I know he made the mistake at the weekend. I don't think Arteta will change the goalkeeper. I think he's made his decision. I think Raya is his man. I think, frankly, he's too stubborn to change it. But Raya is making errors, I think, this season at a rate that Aaron Ramsdale didn't last season. Would Ramsdale be making them this season? It's hard to know. He's not played the games. I just think there's very little between those two. And it does feel like we've sort of created a problem there of our own making. But hey, look, maybe it was just a really bad night for Raya. I think he has been better in the last few weeks, and I think tonight was a bad one. And again, it's one of those where, does he make the second error if he doesn't make the first? You know, sometimes these things are cumulative. We saw that with Aaron Ramsdale at Brentford. You know, he made the mistake on the ball and then later on in the half had the throw-in. I do think sometimes that, you know, the psychological impact of making a mistake can carry you into the next mistake. And in some respects, if Raya is Arteta's man, he may feel he has to show faith in now more than ever. Anything else to say? Not really. I'm exhausted. I was out last night celebrating Arsblog. The Arscast won Best Club Podcast at the FSA Awards, and we had quite let's say we enjoyed ourselves. And watching this game, I felt like, am I still drunk? Frankly, it was a helter-skelter roller coaster stuff. But yeah, shades of last season. I keep saying how much I enjoyed last season. Well, I suppose I should say I enjoyed that, and I can't strictly say I certainly enjoyed that moment in the final minute. And Declan Rice, wow, you know, he did it against Manchester United. He's done it again today. Worth every penny so far. Worth every penny so far. I think I saw Jacob Steinberg, journalist and West Ham fan, saying we should have held out for 200 million. Oh, he might have a point. And I just keep thinking, what if City had got him? You know, there wouldn't be a title race, I don't think. As it stands, there is, and Arsenal are in one. And City go to Villa Park tomorrow, and that's not an easy game. So this is a big week, a big week. How will City do at Villa? How will Arsenal do at Villa? We'll see. As I said, they've got to be better than they were tonight. But we're scoring goals. The attack's clicking. If you want to see the positives. Right, I'll leave it there, guys. Take care. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.